those people died were the fighter jets ordered by the FAA. And what is your explanation for what you were heard to say when you told the Air Force to stand down, not to intercept? Did you plan to let it happen, or are you just inept? There's some distressing information, sir, which I think should be explained. Just which things have been lost and just what has been gained. Like the thousands of put options bought days before the crash. If the money were collected, it'd make quite a pretty stash. And the only stocks they bought were American and United. Deutsche Bank knows the answer, but the names have not been cited. And is it just coincidence that this firm in the private sector was once run by Buzzy Krongard, now a CIA director? I am left to wonder, as the flames are rising higher, was this our latest Lusitania, or another Reichstag fire? You said Bin Laden was your friend, but he isn't anymore. Now that he's not fighting Russia in your proxy war, who called the FBI off the Bin Laden family trail when so many times you had the chance to rewrite this sordid tale? Sudan in '96, the Taliban in 2001 offered to turn him over, and right then you could have won. But perhaps it is the case that you're avoiding victory, that to justify your exploits you must have an enemy. I am left to wonder, as the flames are rising higher, was this our latest Lusitania, or another Reichstag fire? If you were not hiding from the truth, then you'd have a truth commission, not some masquerade kangaroo investigation hiring Henry Kissinger, the ancient master of deceit, to make sure all stones are left unturned and the ruse is kept complete. Now you carry out your plans, which you have had for decades, conquering the world with your troops and bombing raids. I see an evil regime led by an evil man on Pennsylvania Avenue, where this evil war began. I am left to wonder, as the flames are rising higher, was this our latest Lusitania, or another Reichstag fire?
Welcome back, I'm Andy Radford, and this is the Edge's Thursday show, coming from the Edge's UK studio. Now we'll quickly go to Edge Correspondent C.M. Leslie's report on the state of the world's ocean, the pollution, and the effect it's having on that ecosystem. Here she is, C.M. Leslie, with her third and last report.
Recently, I watched an old sci-fi thriller from 1973 that starred the late, great Charlton Heston. The title is Soylent Green. It is a futuristic tale of despair in the year 2022. Natural foods like fruits, vegetables, and grains are now extinct. Earth is overpopulated, and New York City has 40 million starving people. The only way they survive is with water rations and eating a mysterious food called Soylent Green. The storyline involves Charlton Heston as a detective investigating the murder of the president of Soylent Company. The truth he uncovers is more disturbing than the earth in turmoil when he learns the secret ingredient of Soylent Green. And the secret? The oceans have long been depleted of plankton and fish, and the Soylent Green Company and a vast conspiracy with our government has sold the world a lie. There is no newly discovered source of plankton in our oceans. Soylent Green is the product of highly processed human remains. In the final scene of the movie, Charlton Heston is being led away by the police from an undisclosed location, and he's screaming as he is being led away, and he's screaming, "Soylent Green is people, Soylent Green is people." And the people sitting in these places are just staring like they can't believe what they're hearing, that what they've been eating for months is people. So I will hope the seafood lover and everyone will enjoy this next article that I wrote, and it is entitled The Empty Deep Blue Sea. Until recently, humankind seemed to view the ocean as a source of infinite resources. Its vast size and depth and unexplored frontiers made the ocean appear invulnerable to overexploitation. The truth is that the population of many species are decreasing at an unsustainable rate, and the number of species listed as endangered from marine life families such as whales, dolphins, manatees, and salmon, to name a few, are on the rise. Although it is difficult to perceive because marine life is not as visible as animals on land, it is equally, if not more, vulnerable to problems such as habitat destruction and overexploitation. Shallow water animals that breathe air like turtles, manatees, and whales are often hit by boats and caught in fishing gear. Species such as turtles that lay their eggs on land often lose their nurseries due to coastal development. Animals that have taken millions of years to evolve that are valuable to the ecosystem have vanished from places where they once flourished. The destruction of habitats, the spread of disease, pollution, and unsustainable fishing practices are directly related to the actions of humans, and recovery from these problems is rarely straightforward. Because of the vastness of our oceans, people cannot imagine this happening, but it has. It is silent, invisible, and irreversible. Large-scale commercial fishing accounts for more than half of the documented fish extinction of the past 20 years alone. Destruction of habitats in which fish spawn or feed is responsible for another third. Warmer ocean temperatures are another threat, as many fish struggle to adapt to warmer waters that attract competitors and predators. Marine life is being pushed to the edge of extinction by industrial trawlers and ships that deploy sonar and radar to scan the seas with precision, dragging huge nets along the ocean floor. As of 2007, Pacific rockship fish has little chance of recovery. Cod populations off the coast of Newfoundland show no signs of recovery despite an all-out effort to restore them. Along with the codfish are many species of shark, sturgeon, and groupies that will no longer be around. Several causes of disappearance of species are overfishing, pollution, habitat loss, and climate change. This is not a long-range prediction. This is happening now. 30% of edible fish and seafood species have now declined drastically. It is a massive wave of oceans extinctions. In the past 100 years, researchers have documented the global extinction of 37 marine species. Fish are the last wild creatures to be hunted on such a large scale. If commercial practices continue around the world at its present rate, more and more species will disappear, with possibly a global collapse in the not-too-distant future. If we do nothing to correct this, our oceans could possibly be depleted as early as 2020. One final thought. Will mankind someday be facing our own Soylent Green future as we continue to rape and plunder the deep blue sea? It's something to think about.
It's people. Soylent Green is made out of people.
Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them Soylent Green is people!
Hello again, my name is Andy Radford, and this is the Edges Thursday show, coming to you from the Edges UK studio. And that about wraps up the show for this week. I would like to thank Edge Correspondent Gina Romano and her guest Roberta, and also like to thank Correspondent C.M. Leslie, Mike Eastwood and Stuart Harrison. Don't forget to tune in to Daniel Ott's live show this Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Saturday the 19th of April 2008. That's the live show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Andy Radford and I'm in the UK studio, and thank you very much indeed for listening to this week's Thursday show. And until next week, goodbye.
Have been listening to The Edge. To subscribe to The Edge newsletter, log on to theedgeam.com. That's theedgeam.com, where you can find out more about the guests and topics discussed on the air. The Edge is being brought to you by Internet Solutions, home of affordable website design and low-cost internet access. Visit Internet Solutions at es4.com. That's es4.com. Until next week, for the Edge Radio broadcast, I'm Chris Moore. See you on the Edge.